What's up, guys? So today I got a cool little project, and this is just a scorpion mask.
Yeah, it's Scorpion. Get over here.
So we're gonna go ahead and paint this up today. All I've done is laid some primer on it. I 3D printed it out. I kind of finished it up, laid some primer. We're gonna sand it up, and we're gonna paint it all the way up through. So if you want to see that, let's get started. Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome back. Welcome everybody to 2022. What's up, Chris420? Dragon, thank you, sir. I'm glad you enjoyed the videos. What's up, Paul Tarchala? How's it going? What's up, Abis Mendez? How's it going? How is everybody doing? So, is that thing, is it not working? Hold on. Wow. One sec, I gotta reset this camera. As always, it all works great till you hit go live, right? One sec. Alrighty. There we go. What could possibly go wrong, right? Anyway, like I was saying, we got this 3D printed mask. I 3D printed it out. If you're interested in getting 3D printing one yourself, if you have a 3D printer, the original file is linked down below. It's a pretty old file. It's from 2015. And all I did was adding these two slits myself because I just thought it would look cool, and I do think it still looks cool. But we're going to paint it up. Obviously, I just have primer on it, and we're going to go ahead and paint it up. So I have a sanding block, and this is just one of the regular sanding blocks you can find at Lowe's or whatever. This is not a special one. And I'm just going to obviously I've already laid the primer. The primer's been drying for a few days. And so I'm just going to kind of lightly just hit the whole primer. Now, the type of 3D printer is a FDM printer. So it kind of leaves these little lines, right? All around. So the goal is to get rid of those little lines. What's up, Jack Hobbs? How's it going? Alright, so we're good, right? Everybody's good? We can good see what I'm doing? And yeah, we're just going for a nice smooth surface, smoother than the lines. And that's why we laid down a little bit of primer first. And it's okay if it's not exactly perfect. I was thinking of maybe even doing some battle scars on it. I think that would be dope. Oh, and the one thing I did add too was these holes to add straps. So just hitting that primer. Now this particular pad's pretty cool because it has these hexagonal sections here, and I really like those. They kind of just scrub, uneven surfaces like this. It kind of just helps scrub everything. So how's everybody doing? Did everybody have a good New Year's? What's going on? Yeah, it's working alright. Just had to make sure. You had your t-shirt last week. Oh, nice. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people started getting their shirts. Some people are still waiting for theirs. Stephen Ward. Yeah, yours is getting resent. So, yeah. And it's all because that virus or whatever. Some of the international orders are just, it was and is still a nightmare. And, yeah. What grit is the block? I believe this is a 320 grit block. It's not very rough. It's kind of more of a finer block. We're not looking to leave any kind of scuff marks behind. .320 is a pretty good one. If you want to go like 400, I do have a 600 sheet right here, which I'm probably going to hit after I'm finished with this block, just to smooth it out. And I did pre-sand this before I laid on the primer too. After it was done 3D printed, I obviously washed it off really good and everything, and then I sanded it. And then I laid the primer down, so it was kind of already a little bit smooth. But this right here, sanding up the primer, this is really going to just finish it off. So a lot of you guys always ask, you know, how do you prep the surface, or what do you do? How does the paint stick? Well, there you go. We're doing it right here. Laid down some primer, and this is just the Rust-Oleum sandable and fillable primer. The only thing I'll say is that make sure it's dry, like dry. So like I said, I let this dry out for a few days in the sun. And it dries up pretty nice after you leave it out in the sun for a while. But you just got to make sure, make sure that it's dry before you start sanding it. Otherwise, it's gonna be like gummy, or you're just gonna have a hard time. So just make sure I'm getting everything nice and smooth. Maybe we'll even use the splatter effects tool at the very end to maybe like splatter some type of blood effect on it. So, yeah. And after I finish this, I also have a shirt that I have to paint. So yeah, if you want to see that, that'll probably be a bonus at the very end. We'll switch over to the t-shirt airbrushes, set up the shirt real quick on a shirt board and knock it out. It's just a quick name design. It should be nice, quick fun. 20 degrees and no sun here. Yeah, right now it's sunny here, but it's still kind of cold. So kind of got inspired to make this mask because all the COVID, you know, going around or whatever. Like everywhere you have to wear a mask still. So I figured if I have to wear a mask, I'm gonna wear a cool mask. It's like, why not? What are they gonna say? You can't wear that mask? I mean, well, why not? I'm gonna add a little liner on the inside, right? Like one of those masks. This is gonna be my mask. I'm gonna be walking around looking like Scorpion. Alright, I think we got it all. I'm just gonna take a rag real quick. This out of the way. My hands wiped off real quick. So I'm just gonna give this a quick little wipe. Cool. Now our surface is nice and smooth, nice and ready. I am gonna take a little bit of the wipeout surface prep. Still, this stuff, I've used a lot of different stuff now. This stuff right here is probably my favorite. It dries up quick, and I haven't had any problems with paint actually sticking with this. Like everything, and whenever I paint a project and I use this to clean and degrease and just give it a little second to dry after I wipe, it works really good. And it's like compatible with everything. Like you can use it with the, like this is just aerosol primer, right? And it doesn't eat away at the primer or anything like that. You can use it with the House of Colors primer, which I've used a lot. Pretty much all the stuff, any project I've used it, this stuff just works really good. So highly recommend. Wear your respirator. I haven't painted anything, and we're going to be painting in small, little, tiny amounts, so you'll be all right. Besides, right now I have the laser going, and the laser's blowing smoke right at me. So if I was wearing a respirator, this would be it. But yeah, maybe I'll start streaming with my mask on. We can start doing airbrush tutorials like this. We're going to be using yellow base coat autoboard sealer. So I'm going to start off, and we're going to lay some sealer yellow. Where is the focus? Some autoboard sealer yellow. It's great that they have these in colors already, because obviously the Scorpion mask you meant for COVID. So I'm making sure to just shake this up real good. Real good like. We're going to just shake it up real good like. I'm going to use the Air Cobra for this. I hear you. Right on. So I'm just going to throw some sealer in here. Going to throw in about 10% reducer. Just eyeballing it. Eyeballing. Okay, I'm going to use that one for mixing. I don't think so. What's this one? What's the snake for? Is that reptile? Yeah, technically you could print this mask out I mean, you could paint it blue. You could print it out and, maybe paint it green. If you do blue, you got like a Sub-Zero. Green, you got Reptile. Yellow, orange, obviously you got Scorpion. So alright, so I'm just going to start laying in some Audible and Sealer yellow. I'm just going to work it in nice and light. I'm going to give it time to dry. Just a nice light coat. Flip it over to the other side. Oh yeah, look at that. I like how the color changes it right away. Boom. Give that 1 second to dry. I'm actually going to go grab the heater and put the heater over here by me so I can get warm. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Feel it. Oh yeah, I feel it. Cool. Alright, so now we got the mask. We're going to give it a couple more coats of the yellow. Probably another coat would be good enough, and we can start building up, some texture and stuff around here. This whole project shouldn't take too long. It is just a mask overall, but we're gonna make it look cool, so. Give it that second coat to even it out. If you've never used this Audible and Sealer stuff, I highly recommend. It sticks really good to pretty much everything. I call it Createx base coat because it works really good as a base coat. So when you do wear it, don't be doing scorpion moves. That's a good one. I'm gonna be trying. I'm feeling pretty good. I might get out there and start trying to do some backflips. We'll give it another second to dry, and then we'll do one last coat. And in the meantime, while we give this a little time to dry, we're going to mix up some colors. So I got these new bottles, and one thing we're going to be doing this year going forward is trying to pre-mix our colors. Right, so I'm going to go ahead and mix up some colors right now that we're going to be using for this. Alright, so I'm going to take one of these little cups. And if you're interested in these bottles, they are linked down below the video. There's links for these direct bottles. And I just have these little mixing cups, and I'm gonna go ahead, and this thing has it in like all the sizes here. Use milliliters here. So I'm trying to do some math in my head. We're trying to pre-mix some of the Createx in 10% reduction, so we can have them ready, and we could just, you know, squeeze them into our airbrush and have them ready to go. And I want to start with some orange. And here, thinking, calculating. Okay. So first we need some reducer in here. So depending on how much you plan to mix up, obviously it's going to be different for you. But I just do want to pre-mix these at 10%, just so that they have a good flow right out of the bottle. And then from there, I could go ahead and tweak if I need more reduction, or if I need to just add a little bit more paint. I could tweak from there, but I'll have a good solid flow from there. So that's cool. Now this is going to be trying to get as much of that in there. So I'm going to do some orange. We're going to mix up some yellow. Just let that finish. Cool. And then we can shake it up. And the reason I want to have these pre-mixed he's gonna throw his airbrush like a whip hook and yell, "Get over here!" Yeah. Just, you know, you're reading my mind. You know exactly what I'm thinking. Right, so that we can let the paint actually kind of emulsify with the reducer. And that's what the pre-mixing will do for us. So we'll have nice, good paint coming right out. Just gonna rinse this thing out real quick. Okay, then we can mix up a little bit of the Hansa yellow, which I really like. I know we'll be using this for lots of projects. We finish them! Yeah. So let's start off with the reducer. Do you have an Instagram page? Yeah, it's just at Mike's Brush. That's the Instagram. How long will the paint last after you mix it? So this is kind of the point of why I feel okay with telling you guys to pre-mix now, is because for my own testing and use, this paint will actually stay good as long as you have an airtight container. And I actually had one here that I was using here. So like this pink here is one I mixed up like good 6 months, 10 months ago, something. I don't even know how long ago I used this, and it's still good in the bottle. This is an airtight container, and it's still good. A lot of the other colors I've mixed up, the candies, stuff like that, as long as it's in an airtight container, it's just lasted. And all you gotta do is just shake it up, give it a good mix before you use it. And yeah, from my own experience, I could say it lasts quite a while. Again, your own experience may vary, but as long as you have it in an airtight container, I have confidence in saying it'll last quite a while. So at least it has for me. So and that is not the Hansel yellow. That is the Wicked yellow. It's fine. This yellow will do just fine. I just need to mark this. So I know which yellow this is. What's up, James Melton? How's it going? Good to see you back. Thank you, sir. So this Wicked yellow, this will still be good for what we're doing. And then I want to mix up some purple. And the reason I want purple is because I'm gonna make some brown, and I want to give this not like a golden look, but I want to use some of the brown to make it look like it's kind of maybe weathered, like it's seen better days, you know. I don't want a big bright yellow mask. I want it to have some lived in, you know. So we're gonna add some texture to it. Maybe we're gonna black out. You see this section in here, this cutout? We're gonna black this out. Maybe we'll try to paint this maybe silver or gold. I also have some other metallic colors, so we'll get some options going on this. But I definitely want the main area to kind of look more weathered, more like it's been, you know, it's been through some stuff. So it's kind of where I'm at. So I'm going to mix up some purple so that we can make brown. Let's do one of these. And I'm doing this while we're giving time for the sealer to dry over here, right? We don't want to lay stuff on it right away. Just giving it a second, letting it sit, letting it dry, air out on its own. Obviously in the future we're going to already have these pre-mixed, so we're going to be able to work a little faster, but for today it's no problem. Happy New Year! And a lot of greeds from Germany. Greeds. What's up, Ben? welcome, sir. I hope you enjoy this video. Good chili. So I'm just gonna take some purple here and pour in some. So this might seem like a whole lot of extra work and stuff, but believe me, you'll be rewarded with just nice, smooth flowing paint that's going to stick. It's going to be ready, you know, right out of those little bottles. It'll be ready. It'll flow right in your airbrush real nice. And as long as you're using the Wicked Opaques, there's no reason to add 40-50. But if you have like maybe some of the regular Wicked colors, or maybe you just have some of the regular Createx airbrush colors. You know, not the Wicked line. You could add 40-50 in there. Like I would add about 10 to 15%, 40-50, and add that to your 10% of reducer. So add your paint and your 40-50, and then calculate your 10% reducer. And that's how I would play that. And that you'll see me do that later on in the future. So again, we're just gonna give this a good shake, and we're gonna let this sit and emulsify while we again get this finished prepped up. So, and I think the last color I want to mix up is a little bit of black. And maybe some red. Might as well do black and red while we're at it. Alright, last two colors I need to mix up is just some black and some red. Again, these little mixing cups, they already have all the measurements laid on there, so all you gotta do is do your little bit of math, and then you know how much you need, and you just kind of mix those up. And again, we're doing about 10% reduction on all these. Yeah, the Instagram is at Mike's Brush. So it's just all one word, at Mike's Brush. And I have tons of work I've done on there and stuff, so if you want to check it out, by all means, please do. Cool, and let's just mix up some red, and we'll have all our colors ready and pre-mixed. So this is the black. And then we need some red. Some good old red. Now, like I said, this is just a 10% pre-reduction. This is just so you can take the paint straight out of here, pour it in your airbrush, and you'll have a good spray. Now, obviously, if you want to do like detailed sprays, or you want to do like blowouts and stuff like that, like depending on what you're painting, you're either going to reduce the paint, you know, or you might feel like you need to add some unreduced paint back in, you know, just a few drops just to make it a little thicker. Again, it all is going to depend on what you are doing. So all that paint in there. Give it a good shake. Sorry for my bad English. No, you're good. You're good. Sometimes I know the Google Translate is not always the best. Back on the mask. By now our sealer is pretty dry. We are going to use the Air Cobra. It already has some yellow in here from the sealer. And I'm just going to take some of the, just has a little bit of it, it's not too much. So I'm just going to take some of the wicked yellow that we mixed up here. I'm going to add it in here. And we're going to try to give ourselves just a good base layer and try to get it all nice and even. So, somebody said, nice skull cap. It's like, oh yeah, you like that? You like that. I know you like it. If you're interested in getting yourself one of these skull caps, they're available at mikesbrush.com. What's up, primo? ¿Qué pasa? What are you painting, bro? So, like it says in the title, this is a 3D printed scorpion mask. I'll try to get it to stay up somehow. This paper. Just get that all nice and mixed. Then we're just going to go ahead and lay down a nice base layer, a nice and even coat of nice yellow. So nothing special just yet. And because we laid that sealer down first, pretty much already there. Alright. Give that a good minute to dry. I'm going to rinse out this airbrush. Very relaxing. Looks like the last major project you put on there was the Skull Squad t-shirt. How did it ended up working up good? Everybody got their Skull Squad shirts. by now, all the Skull Squad members, you guys know why I was out. And if you don't, like, you haven't been paying attention to the Skull Squad posts. But yeah, we're back. We're alive, we're well, we're kicking. And yeah, this year is going to be crazy good. Right on, Ben. Glad to see you back. Thank you, David. Thank you, David. But it gets better and better. Yeah, like all it is a lot of practice. Obviously, you guys have the benefit of being able to watch people like me, you know, and just picking up little things here and there. It really helps. I know that's pretty much how I learned it, except not YouTube in person. So, but yeah, you know, definitely just watching people, seeing how they do stuff. Practice, practice, practice. Yep, yes, sir. Alright, so I think I'm going to start off with some of the orange. Now that we have our airbrush cleaned out, I'm just going to start some orange. And again, we've already pre-mixed it. It's in here just waiting for us to use. Obviously, when we use it in the future, we'll have to make sure to shake it up real good. Make sure when you close it that it's nice and airtight. And your paints should be good. And that's how we're going to be working with our paints this year. So there's no need to shake it up in here because it's already shooken. We got a good spraying paint already. Learn the gun. Hold on. Thomas, you're going to have to wait to the very end till this mask is done so I can do it in the scorpion voice. Oh. Alright, hold on. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a texture stencil real quick. So this is the stencil that comes with the Skull Stencil number 2, right? On the mikesbrush.com. And I think I'm going to make a bigger version of just like this all over the, like, you know, a couple sheets and just have some nice edges like this. Because this has proven to be useful for so much stuff. And I kind of, you know, yeah, I just use it for a lot of stuff, so I feel like it's something that we could use for other items. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use some of this to lay some texture in, using a little bit of orange. You see that? Let me get you guys in close, you know, so you guys can see. So you see that little bit of texture right there, right? And we're just gonna come right in there. Oh, now I gotta keep my hands out of the way. We're so close. I'm just gonna come in here, just freehand in some kind of like battle scars maybe. But we don't want to overdo it because this is just orange, just a little bit. So it's all just a little bit. Like I said, we have a little bit of purple so we can make some brown. And that's really, we're going to really throw in some details into there. So I like using that little texture and then throwing in just a little bit of lines around. Learn the gun, make the mun. Yeah, I like that. That's funny. Alright, so you see that? We're just going to carry that around over here. Now we do want to lay it in, but not overdo it, right? Just some kind of spots. There's a 5-year-old hiding inside of all of this. I mean, I wouldn't say Mortal Kombat is a game for a 5-year-old for sure. That's definitely not something I stand behind. Mortal Kombat's pretty brutal. Some of the stuff that happens, I mean, for a teenager, maybe 5-year-old, I don't know. On the old arcade games, older consoles, yeah. Some of us are Pong babies. That's funny. Yeah, I remember playing Mortal Kombat on the, like, I think it was the Super Nintendo. I believe you had to put a code in to get the blood, because there was no blood otherwise. Back when games were cool like that, when they had codes and stuff. It's alright, we got a little bit of weathering kind of going on there. Right, all around. Nothing major. Just enough to make it look pretty dope. Pretty dope, dope. Cool. So now all I'm gonna do is drop in some yellow in here. There's just a little bit of orange left. Maybe I'll just dump this out. I don't really care about rinsing it out because we're just gonna make a brown. But I do want to add some yellow in here to make like a yellow orangey. And then we're gonna take some of our purple that we pre-mixed and we're gonna add it into our mixture here, right? So that's where our brown's gonna come in, and we're just a little bit. We don't need a whole lot. You don't want to half and half it. So it's like maybe add like 10% purple into your paint mix, and then shake it up. I preferred Street Fighter and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles myself. Mortal Kombat wasn't available to me. Yeah. I turned my video game weapons into real ones. That's funny. Those were the days, Mike. You know, you gotta be a hacker with some stolen pieces of software to get the code cheats. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. Yeah. And then you can see there we got a nice brown. I'm trying to find the sweet spot on the camera. Brown. And again, maybe we're just gonna drop a little texture in, but not too much. And then maybe I want to do a little moving texture. So we're gonna start it and then move it, kind of something like that. and then kind of just reinforce what we did with the orange. Right, and that's gonna really give it in that kind of like broken, it's been through some fights kind of look. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want. I don't want this big bright yellow thing on my face. I do want it to have some like, oh man, that guy's seen some shit in that mask. Tony Hawk. Tekken is after my time. I had a Sega. Was Tekken on Sega? I didn't have Tekken though, even if it was. Like that. I had a PlayStation at one point. I'm talking about the OG, the original PlayStation. the gray box. And I'm just going to use some of this brown to go around. Just kind of tone down that yellow a little bit. Just lay it in around the edges like this. See that nice little edge? So just kind of just tone down that yellow a little bit. Yeah, that's from the... Oh, it's done. I can put the next one. Where are you going?
Get out of your camera.
Uh-huh. Okay.
I have to open the damn garage.
Yeah, good. So you can let all this smoke out.
Oh, that looks cool. You can't even tell on the thing, okay?
On what thing? You can't tell. What do you mean you can't
Oh,
tell?
maybe you can now, but when I was watching earlier, I couldn't tell.
Is it dark or is it not dark when you're watching?
No, it's not dark.
Oh, okay.
I think it's just your monitor.
It's just the monitor. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Love you. Look at that lovely glare. All right. What's up, Raul? What are you using to clean in between colors? Just water and soap. there you go. We have our mask. A little bit more battle worn. Alright, so now all I'm going to do is just take a little bit of the opaque yellow right out of the bottle. Or with the wicked yellow. The wicked yellow might work too. I'm just going to use the wicked yellow. I'm going to leave the brown in there. I'm going to use a different airbrush. We'll use the, what is this, the Eclipse. And we're just going to use a little bit of wicked yellow to go over some of the brown and just make sure it's all blended in. And then we'll come back with the brown and really just darken in some spots. We don't need a whole lot, just a little bit. And all I'm going to do is just lay a nice little coat over this. Now the original wicked yellow. This is not the opaque yellow. It's kind of transparent, so it's going to be really nice. It's going to really seal in our colors. I don't know if you can see the difference on there. I try to do one side so you can see the difference. On my monitor anyway, it's really hard to tell. This monitor is not the best. So. Yeah, that gave it just a nice, rich, deep yellow. And it's really, you know, all that nice orange and stuff, it's really looking pretty vibrant now. So, gonna let that dry for just a second. I'm gonna rinse this airbrush out real quick. I can't stand to work with the garage closed for some reason, but leaving it open invites too many a-holes to come around and distract you. Yeah, no, I don't like working with the garage door open because of that reason. I've had random people just stop, you know, and just kind of come in here and stuff. And I'm not saying that everybody's out to get you, but around here where I live, yeah, it's just not the best. And yeah, we do have quite a bit of equipment in here, so, but luckily we do have lots of security going on, so I don't worry about it too much. But next we're going to load up some black. We're going to let this dry. I'm just going to give this black a good shake. And then I think I want to do, you know, we're going to lay black over these vents here, right, on the sides. But I think I want to do like a metallic color over these. And then we're also going to use black to kind of maybe darken in some of these areas. We're obviously going to paint this black here. And yeah. At the maybe I'll go back with some brown too once this yellow dries. We're just going to go back and maybe just go around the edges, subdue some of it, and just give it, you know, just a little bit more depth. Alright, so got some options for you guys. If you guys want to check some of these out. I know I'm excited to check them all out, but I want to hear what you guys think. Now, one thing I've been wanting to try for a while is some wicked pearls and some wicked metallics. So, Createx was really nice, and they hooked us up with some new metallic colors. This is Wicked Metallic Elegance, Wicked Metallic Gold, which I think would look good on here, and Wicked Metallic Bronze, which I think also would look good on you know, because that would make this look like metal. So you still posting up in the ghetto, Mike? Well, no, it's actually, I don't live in the ghetto. It's just I live kind of like what it is considered like downtownish here, and you get just a lot of everybody walking by. So anything that's not like strapped down or anything, it's like it walks off, right? So yeah, that's where I'm at. We really don't live in a ghetto area. It's just the area that we live in. The hospital's right there. The like the highways right there. The downtown, like the main area right there. They like feed the homeless at this park. There's a park right behind my house, and they feed the homeless there. So like you know, every week you get a bunch of people just kind of walking around. I just want to try this Wicked Metallic Elegance though. So I think we're gonna use this. I was gonna ask you guys, see what you guys wanted to use, but I think we're gonna use this just because I want to see what it looked like. It sounds awesome. The color sounds awesome. I actually need to shake all these. And one thing I am going to be working on getting to is a little paint shaker. So you see the pre-mixed paints there. I want to have a little paint shaker here so I don't have to do this as much. What's up, H. Edwards? How's it going? But yeah, I've lived in some rough neighborhoods. There's nothing wrong with living in the ghetto. I mean, you gotta live where you gotta live. Luckily now I don't live in that bad of an area. It's just, yeah, the people that wander through this area is what kind of sucks. But yeah, honestly, I live right next to the park. The hospital is like 2 blocks away. The sheriff's office is 2 blocks away the other way. The police station, the courthouse is like 3 blocks away. So, do you recommend a paint shaker? No, right now I'm in the process of just looking at them. I'm kind of trying to compare and trying to make sure I order a good one so that I can recommend you guys a nice one, because I suspect a paint shaker is gonna, you know, it's something that could fall apart. So again, just giving this a good shake. Now this looks awesome in the bottle right here already. From what I can see, I want to see what this looks like. So I'm gonna do these. I mean, this is not a very good way to testing this out, but I do want to see what it looks like on there. It's almost like a bronze, but it has like some color shifting kind of thing going on here. So I want to try some of that. Go ahead and move that aside. Gonna load up our black. I've told people to kick rocks before, but they think I'm joking. I heard once that the older you get, the less you give a shit, and I'm finding that's true. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now with my artwork. It's like I want to keep painting for people, but at the same time, I just like, I really don't care if nobody else comes. Alright, so we're just letting that yellow dry real good. Set this back up. And all I want to do here is just color in this and this. I'm going to use a little bit of this to try to block off some of those areas where I don't want. Maybe turn down the air pressure just a tad. So I don't want it. I don't want a ton of overspray with this. So again, just kind of gotta get in here. Just like that. There you go. Let's do the other side. See, that's good. That looks sick. Cause then when you put it on, that's all gonna look. Yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited. So now I just do the other side. Oh, just that in alone, that changed it a lot. That looks really good. I'm liking it. Where did you get the bottle holder for the premix? So I made that. That's not really something I sell. I know they do sell them though, so you can get them out there. It's just called the paint bottle holder. So yeah. Have you seen the slow rotating paint checker or the vibrating pads you set your bodies against? The vibrating pads. What's up, Chaos 95? Thank you. I'm in the same boat. Which boat is that? So that already looks pretty cool. I do want to try some of this metallic elegance though over this just these grill parts. And then depending how it looks, maybe I'll just bring a little bit over, just so that it gives this just a little bit of flair, and a little bit of metallic will just look good on that. So, I think I'm done with the black, so we can go ahead and rinse out this black. Actually, before I rinse it out, I'm just going to give it 1 second little coat over this. to make sure we got good, nice, even coverage. All right. That looks badass already. You've airbrushed some 3D prints also? Cool. You have to try it out. Try what out? The vibrating pads? Is that what you're talking about? You don't want to pay for nobody else, you just want to pay for yourself. Yeah, I mean, that's not a crazy thing to think, right? Like, a lot of people get into painting and they never think about taking on customers. They're just painting to paint. From the minute that I was painting and airbrushing, like, it was always been business, right? So it's kind of been that thing for me where it was just, you painted for money. So, yeah, but now, yeah, I'm getting older. I'm kind of just, I want to do cool stuff, you know, and I'm starting to realize that, you know, a lot of customers don't, like, it's not that what I think is cool is not what they think is cool. It's just that what I think is cool costs a lot of money to produce. So, especially for somebody else, because then you're limited within their confines and stuff. And I just want to make stuff and not be locked in within somebody's restrictions. But yeah, hopefully this year we can pump out some cool projects. Obviously, over the course of last year, we did quite a few things last year. Lots of vehicles and stuff. This year, I do want to do some more, you know, just cool projects. Stuff like this, you know, maybe do some more really artistic canvases. Maybe some more panels, some more pinstriping for sure throughout the year. And yeah, I'm definitely doing a lot of more 3D printed items this year. Just because I got a 3D printer now, and it's something that has really opened up a lot of possibilities for me anyway. So yeah, is a beaker mixer. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I've seen a lot of vibrators, really, a lot of paint shakers where you just kind of press down the paint onto the shaker and it shakes up. So yeah. What's up, bro? How you doing? Do you reduce your paint mainly for t-shirts? No, for shirts I do not reduce paint. And if you stick around when I'm done with this, I actually have a shirt that I have to paint. So yeah, I'll be doing that after this in the same stream. It's kind of a bonus. So all I'm going to do is, again, I got some of this Wicked Metal Elegance here. Turn up this pressure a little bit. And I'm just going to lay some of this over this this grill part right here. That looks badass. That looks badass. You guys gotta get in there, see this. That looks badass. That totally makes it look like wire, like a wire mesh or something. I'm just gonna make sure I kind of get it at all angles. Oh, that looks sick. Oh yeah, I like that. I'll do some of that on this side. There you go. Look. Oh, yeah. All right. Next thing I want to do is these black areas. I like this how this came out. So how to paint a vibrator. Oh no. So yeah, that looks awesome. And I like the way this looks. I want to give maybe kind of a carbon fiber-ish look to this. So let me get my stencil out real quick. Right, so we got this. I don't even remember what this was used for originally, but it's like some plastic netting. I'm going to use that same metal elegance. We're going to lay that in right there. And we're just going to do just some quick little sprays. Bam. Nothing too fat, too crazy. Like you can see them coming in and out there now with the light. Just really quick, fast. And that'll just give that area just that extra, like, what is that made out of kind of thing, you know? Yeah. See that? Alright, last but not least, we're going to get our brown. And we're just going to go in here. You see this black shade kind of did going around. I just want to accent that with a little bit of brown. And it's also going to subdue some of that metallic right around the edge, which is really nice. Maybe just give the edge more of a shade. This is the last chance to add, you know, just a little bit more detail. If you feel it needs it. Oh yeah, that looks good. Bam. Move on to the other side. There you go. That looks pretty badass. Cool. So last but not least, we have to do some blood. Some good old blood. Right? Because it wouldn't be a Mortal Kombat mask without blood. The vortex mixers work great to shake the paints. Nice. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Some heat damage. Yeah, that's kind of like, because, you know, he breathes fire. So you got me. You understand. Mm-hmm. The throwing knives. Yeah, that's cool. I just wanted a cool mask. I'm not going to take it that far. It's a PLA printer. Quick, try it on. No, not yet. We're not done. We're going to splatter some red on here for some blood. Because it has to have, you know, boom. It has to have the signature Mortal Kombat going on. So I'm going to rinse out the air cobra real quick. Chop the brown in it. The splatter effect from the opponent. Yeah, like he's been in some fights, you know, and the blood has, you know, he punched somebody and the blood kind of splattered back on his face. Will you be clearing it with matte or gloss? Probably matte. Or satin. Satin might look pretty good too. Scorpion's background or lore? So, oh man, that's a big... I want to say I kind of know it, but also like, no, there's so much going on there. I'll let somebody else explain it or try to. So I'm going to take some of the red that we pre-mixed. Now normally I wouldn't say use the bright red like this, but I feel like for this particular project, the bright red like that would look pretty good. And we'll take our splatter tool. Ah, the good old splatter tool. Look at that. Look at that. Real nice. Let's make sure it's pre-primed. And then I'm just going to throw some blood on there. Bam. And then maybe... a little bit over there. There you go. There you go. Take that off of there. I don't know how well you guys... my monitor sucks, so I don't know how well you guys can see that splatter or not. But we're gonna do a little bit of a brush. Alright, so we're gonna just dip that brush into that red that we just used. Alright. We're gonna kind of dry it off a little bit, and then we're just gonna kind of a little swipe there. Bam. Maybe right here, we're just gonna come in just a little bit there, and then you see all this splatter over here. Maybe we just come in just real quick. Boom. Don't even gotta be nothing major. there you go. I feel that looks pretty good. What's up, airspace? Oh no, what did I miss? Get over here! Yeah. So we're going to give this a hot second to dry. While this is drying, I'm going to get out my t-shirt airbrushes and we're going to get ready to spray out some shirts. So we're just going to let that dry for a second. I have to let these red, that red splatter dry, right? Before I could lay the final clear over it. And before I could actually handle it, you know, I want some of that to be dry. So you guys get a good look right there. How sick is that gonna look wearing it around, bro? I'm gonna look like a badass. Alright, so one hot second and I'll switch all this over to the t-shirt station. So I'm gonna start by putting some of this stuff away. Oh, that wicked metallic elegance. Mwah! That color is sick. That looks so badass on those grill parts. Hey, look at that. We just added 5 airbrushes. So yeah, I keep all my t-shirt stuff put away in there. I've talked about before, I used the original line of the Createx airbrush colors. I don't reduce this when I'm working on shirts. Oh yeah, get it, old man. Bend over, old man. Oh, jeez. You keep a clean setup, bro. I try. So we unplug our one air source. We plug into here. Bam. And we're gonna need to set up our easel right here, so we're gonna have to move some of this stuff out of the way, which is fine because it's just drying. So we'll let that dry over there. Bam. You can actually remove this paper so I don't get paint on the shirts. Get out of there. Now, one cool thing, well, I guess it doesn't really matter, but what t-shirts are you doing? This is just the order for a name on a shirt with the brick background, I think it is. I don't know. I have to look at the sheet. My wife wrote it down. So. There you go. Get a shirt board out. Now because we're in a dirty garage, I always pre-wipe the boards. I'm on this side over here turning on the press. Alright, got the press turned on. I guess I could flip you guys to show you, but it'll be better when we're done. So just gonna wipe this board off real quick, make sure to get off any dust. Mike's over here painting stuff and I'm over here like, go away, I'm on vacation. I'm not painting shit. Yeah. I'm still kind of recovering too. Oh man, like I was just sitting that whole time and now I'm standing up and I feel like I have to stretch. Oh man. Oh. Alright, so this order says on the back, Aaliyah and tag writing, a bit brick background. Nothing on the front. Okay. And I do believe he messaged me and said he wants purple for the writing, so. So let's set up the camera and let's get you guys a good view of what's going to be happening. Alrighty. So he said purple. This is not purple, this is fuchsia. But all I want to do is base out the name, Aaliyah. So we're just going to start with a nice A-L-I-Y-A-H. And get a little creative with it. We need more pressure, Captain. Hold on, let me go turn up the pressure at the compressor. Yeah, it was at 30 psi at the compressor, so that ain't gonna work. There we go, much better. So all I'm doing is just a quick little layout of the lettering, just to give me a good base of where this is gonna go. So. That. And just come in with some shading here. What pressure for shirts? I like to work about 40-45 psi for shirts. I'm letting Mike waste my time. Oh, I'm sorry, Nominous. December had me so sick of it, bro. I had customers bugging the F out of me. I was paying like 10 hours a day, 7 days a week. From like, I mean, that sounds good. It must be good for your wallets. Nominous, you know who I am. That's so hilarious, bro. Anyway, you totally made me forget what I was gonna say. I'm gonna get my brick stencil here because they want a brick background, so I'm gonna get that nice and ready. And I'm also gonna bring out these stars for this, and I'm just gonna take some stars and we're just gonna lay them inside the lettering real quick. Nothing too fancy, but we're gonna blend these in, and they're gonna kind of be in there, and it just gives that lettering that nice little extra touch. And when the customer sees it, they're always like, "Oh, look at that! That's cool," you know. So you just always kind of want to throw in a little nice, you know, throw in something nice. All right, now I'm gonna switch to some purple. Good old perp. Yeah, it was. I spent it all already. I bought a car, an iPad Pro, and a DJI Osmo Pocket 2 camera. Huh. A camera. That's something the channel needs right now, is a camera. I could do this. Is that going to work? Hi, look at this in my face. I'm still W. Leon when I sign my art. Yeah, there you go. Gotta stay true to them roots. Alright, now I'm going to go in with a nice hard outline. I'm going to fade the purple going up. And if you notice, I'm kind of leaving that little white edge there. That's on purpose. Alright, I'm going to leave that there. Leave the purple loaded in. We're going to get this yellow out of here. We're going to throw a little bit of hot pink. Always make sure I shake up my paints. Get a little hot pink. We use that hot pink along those edges to make sure it goes in nice. Now I come in with the black. We're going to cut it all in before we throw in the brick background. Now with the black, I want to keep it nice and sharp. Bam. Now I'm just going to take a little bit of black. We're going to kind of bring some streaks down. And then you could bring a dagger stroke back up on some of these. And you get a quick little drip effect. You don't want to overdo it with these. Just kind of throw some around. And only some of them will get the dagger stroke going back up, right? Maybe you do a double dagger stroke like that, just makes it look like it's dripping. Nothing too crazy. Now we're going to throw in some turquoise. We're going to use turquoise for the brick background. We're going to unload this blue that's loaded up here. You misspelled the name LLJK. And I'm pretty sure they spelt it on this paper here. So if I misspelt it, they misspelt it, and that's not my fault. Has a gimbal and can do a follow move, or track and follow. Cool, cool. Are you going to Baton Rouge? Nope, unfortunately not. I know you don't really keep up with the channel too much, but I just had surgery. And I'm kind of just still recovering. I have doctor visits and stuff I got to do. So I'm not... Yeah, I'm just not entirely ready to just leave for a week right now, so unfortunately, nope. But now we're going to lay in our brick. Are you going though? That'll still be pretty cool. I was thinking of hitting up Rob and asking, seeing how many students he has, and maybe hooking up all the students with some Mike's brush gear. But last I asked him, he said he wasn't 100% that it was going to happen just yet. I don't even know if I should be saying that. But that Omicron got everybody scared right now. Alright, so now I'm just going to go back in with the turquoise around the black. And we're just going to cut in. We're not going to worry about those drips, right? We're just going to leave those drips alone. Oh, what? Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry. Put it again and I'll approve it. I hit the wrong freaking button. Stupid. Por tu hermoso trabajo, amigo, y gracias por compartir. Ok, gracias, Neto. Createx is good, straight out of the bottle for t-shirts at 40 psi. Yes. Because that's what friends do for friends. Yeah. I mean, when I went to mine, I actually wanted to learn the Luminor stuff. So I didn't get to bug him as much as I wanted to, but I did spend some time with him. Steve's a great guy. All those people were pretty nice. Now I'm just going to bring in some separate drips of the turquoise here. And nothing too crazy. And I'm going to come in with the purple. And maybe we're just going to throw in some of these stars. Maybe just around. Just like that, just to flavor it up. We could add some drips coming off of these stars here. Cool, I think we're ready for some white. I better call Rob. Yeah, I shouldn't have even said nothing. It's probably still going down. I just know the last time he said it's like if. And I was just like, if we're not good. But yeah. Remember, less is more. Yeah, I'm just going to do a little white highlights and that's it. For some reason my white didn't have a cap on it. He's usually on here. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen AirTab. Rob always says I'm not 100% sure it's going to happen. I mean, probably. Now what I'm trying to do with this white is lay it right in between the purple and the black. I'm just going to do one quick pass over the whole thing, and I'll probably go back and select a few areas to brighten it up. Down. And then we're going to just choose maybe just some areas like right here. And you just want that to pop up there. Just a few little spots just to make it look a little bit more vibrant in some areas, I guess. And then maybe just bring in a little bit of pattern on the lettering. Bam. Spit it out. Come on, get it out of there. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Oh, that's okay. That's why. That's why. You always make sure your breathe hole is clear. Oh my gosh. I thought there was something stuck at the tip. Turns out there was just way too much pressure building up. And at least it's white on a white shirt. But I'm probably going to have to respray this shirt. Oh my gosh. Where did... I know I just had the needle. Where did it go? There it is. I knew I was going to have troubles with this white as soon as I seen that my cap was missing. So one of the key things if you're going to keep your airbrush colors like this is make sure your cap is always on it. And I knew right as I seen that cap wasn't on there, I was going to have issues. And look at this. Can you guys even see that on camera? There's just a couple little spots here. Now, it's barely noticeable, but it's noticeable to me. And I hate when stuff is like that. So I'm just going to go ahead and respray another shirt because I do not like this. So let me get out another medium shirt real quick. Oh, unfortunate, but it happens. It's my own fault. Now this shirt is probably still, it's not bad. I just know me. I don't want to, that's not me. So we'll let it dry. We'll press it. We'll still give it to the customer. But I want to give them a non-splattered one because that's what they paid for, so. It's unfortunate, but things happen. I'm not worried about it. More worried about the white paint that went everywhere. Cool. Alright, so we got another shirt. Now I walked. There's nothing wrong with that shirt, Thomas says. I'm with you, Thomas. Okay, let's try this all again. Now I walked you guys through it. This time I'm just gonna shut up and I'm just gonna paint it quickly, without the explanations and all the good stuff. Let me just clear out this white real quick. There it is. Some stars. Just spray some white on the other side. 3D drips. You guys are funny. It's a lot more me in my head. I know the customer probably wouldn't even care. But I also don't want to risk that. I also don't want to risk that, right? Give it to the customer and then they go, what is this? Got this airbrush all cleared out again. Let's start all over. Quick pasts. There you go. We got it remade. Not a big deal. The blue brick wall should just be a touch darker this time, but that's just my observation. Yeah, I think actually the light is probably, because if I do this, and it's not blue, it's turquoise, but can you do some quick script on the throwaway shirt? No, because I'm still going to press it up and give it to them. They brought in that shirt. This is one of our shirts. I don't know. I just want to give it to them. They might decide it's still good enough to wear. I don't really know. Don't really care. I just don't feel it's that much of a, like it's not that big of a mistake. And they might just still like it, you know. But there you go. There's the shirt, the actual shirt. Let you guys look over here with the color camera. Quick little design, nothing too fancy. It's just a name design, that's all it is. It's not like we're not going full graffiti or anything like that, so yeah. Simple. This is just a simple design. Take it over here to the press. Alright, we're going to let those dry for a sec and then we'll press them. In the meantime, we'll get back on the mask. Make sure the mask is dry, and we can lay some 40-50 on that. These stencils away. Cool. Sorry about that. You're on headphones. This unplugged. Get this put away. Now a lot of you guys will be like, why don't you clean those airbrushes and put them away? Because I do use this setup quite often. I just don't have a permanent place to set it up at the moment. But it does get used quite often, so I just kind of leave it pre-set up. I just pull it out of that drawer, out of this cupboard here, and we're ready to go. So it's just a nice, easy way of keeping it ready. Alright. Back to the maskety mask. Cool. So our mask's looking pretty good. It's nice and dry by now. So all I'm going to do is lay some 40-50 on this to seal it all in and give it all a nice uniform finish. So we'll plug our air supply back in here. Jeez. definitely need some new hoses. The rubber on these are just going bad. But let's get some 4050. Get over here as he reaches for the mask.
You had more? Yeah, I was like, I better let him know I'm gonna open the garage.
Alright, and so the 4050, this is my 4052 mat. And I'm just going to go ahead and pre-mix some of this in a container so that we can have it ready to go in the next time. So take my measuring cup. We're going to mix this up. 10% reduce. Now, one thing I am working on setting up too is we're actually going to have a spray booth cam. So I made a spray booth, right? It's not very big. It's not like we're going to have vehicles in there or anything like that. But for projects like this, we'll be able to run them through from the very beginning to the very end, right? So I don't know about laying primer because the primer is kind of boring and we have to let it dry before we can sand it and stuff. But we could take items all the way from being primered all the way to clear coat here on stream this year. So you guys will be able to be in the spray booth with me when I lay the clear. You guys will be able to see how I do that. And look, I don't know if she's being funny or what, but look at this. Rockstar recovery. That's weird. What is this? It's an energy drink, but it's like, it's not carbonated or nothing. It just tastes like a juice. So yeah, so if that's something you've been interested in, we'll be able to do that finally this year. We'll be able to walk projects over to the spray booth. I'll be able to switch the cam. You guys will be able to watch me in the spray booth. And yeah. So we're going to step it up just another little bit this year. And then we can give our 4052 a shake here. Now this is matte. I decided to go with matte. I could have mixed up satin or gloss, but I almost went with gloss. I have gloss up there, but I think matte is just going to look better in the long run. Yes, but what material do you use to paint on? So I technically, I don't like using scratch techniques because it leaves an unsmooth surface, and most of the stuff I paint, customers want a nice like quality polish finish, and anything that's like scratched in is really gonna affect that. So I don't do any scratching, so I'm not very familiar on scratch techniques, but I know that you can pretty much do it on anything as long as you're careful on how thick you scratch. I know there's certain kinds of paper like this Canson water paper that I like using. it's 300-pound paper. That works pretty good as long as you're careful. And a lot of other materials will work just fine. It all depends on what you're trying to achieve and whatnot, but I would honestly just go ask some other artist that already does that kind of work, and see what material they're painting on. Again, I don't do that because that's very limited to just painting on that one substrate, and a lot of what I do, if I need to create sharp lines, I just paint them. I don't scratch. I don't scratch. Very rare you'll see me do something like that. I'm just going to use the Air Cobra to lay down the 4052. Mortar bike tanks is where I'm going for the long run. Yeah, I would just not you're gonna, in the long run, if you learn to scratch, you're gonna end up running into problems. If you must use some technique where you want to rub off the paint, I would recommend doing more of an eraser type technique and practicing on like actual metal panels that you've prepped and done, especially if you want to get into tanks, because as soon as you get a job for a tank, you're going to realize that people want their job to look nice, shiny. Like their bike is their baby, right? So they don't want nothing that looks like scratched in or wavy or anything with imperfections. They're gonna want a nice, smooth, polished finish, right? So that's what you're gonna have to deliver. And when you scratch, that becomes harder to do. So you're gonna want to actually practice more with an eraser, like a mechanical eraser, an electric eraser, something like that. Learn to lay in coats nice and light and then rub them off with an eraser. That's probably the best way to do it, if that's what you want to go. And other than that, I would say just painting, that would probably be the best. But I know a lot of people, Fonzie, if you know Fonzie, the airbrush artist, who else can I think of? I know there's quite a few artists out there that do their paintings by using a lot of erasing and stuff, so on lowriders and motorcycles and stuff like that. So, but scratching is kind of more of an artwork kind of thing, that you leave that for the guys that are just producing art that's going to sit on somebody's wall, because then they won't be as critical about it, But yeah, I know in the motorcycle world, yeah, you're anytime you start scratching on stuff, you're creating more problems than you're solving. I'm just going to go ahead and make sure we get this 4052 laid in there nice and all over. give it a second to dry between coats. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed today's live stream. I'm just gonna let this dry for a second, give it another coat. Then we got to put it on and do the Thomas Thompson, you know. This looks pretty badass, not gonna lie. And again, if you want to make yourself one of these, the original 3D file is down below. So if you have a 3D printer, you could 3D print it at home and make yourself one. Also, the steps that I used today, you could use those steps to really just paint on pretty much anything. So what's up, Howdy? Squad leader. Yeah. Alright. So we just gotta let this dry up real good. There's nothing I could do. You don't want to hit, when you're waiting for 4050 to dry, you don't want to hit it with a dryer or anything like that. You want to let this air out on its own. And the colder it is, the longer it's going to take. So just give it time. Let it do its thing. If you run a blow dryer on it, or if you blow too much air on it, what'll happen is you'll end up drying the outer layer of the paint, and the inside layer will stay kind of liquid. And what'll happen is those little vapors that are trapped inside will want to go out, right? So your little crust layer will develop cracks, right? So if you've ever used the 4050 and you've had maybe some cracking going on, it's usually because you're trying to dry it too fast. So if you just let it do its thing, let it dry on its own, it's going to take 5-10 minutes, you know, before you can lay another coat on. It's totally fine. Maybe even 15 minutes. It's fine. Let it do its thing. You don't want to accelerate it. You'll cause yourself more problems by trying to do anything extra. So just let it sit. Just let it do its thing. And in the case of the matte, obviously you'll know when it's dry because it'll go matte, right? Right now I can still see some shiny on it, so I know it's not fully dry. So we just need to give it more time. I don't want to keep blowing too much air on it though, but you know, that's the only thing you got to be careful with is when you're working with the 4050 is if you do try to dry it too much too fast, you will lead up to cracking. But I think that happens with pretty much any paint. If you any type of clear, if you're trying too much too fast, you're gonna end up with problems. So yeah, I'm really happy with the way this came out, and I can't wait to wear it around. Jess said if I made her a Sub-Zero one, that she's wear the Sub-Zero one, so that'll be pretty dope. You've got time to practice backflips. I actually need to go inside and stretch. That's what I need to do. My back, I've been sitting, but I've been kind of more, sitting back and trying to rest, this way. Being hunched over like this, I definitely feel it, and my scar from my surgery and in my back right now. So, yeah. But other than that, I'm feeling pretty good. I haven't taken any pain pills, any ibuprofen, nothing now for a couple of days, and I'm feeling pretty good. I feel like I could almost run if it wasn't for the bouncing of my weight. I'd probably be great. But this year is going to be pretty good. We're gonna be pushing it. We're gonna be doing some good stuff. Yeah. But it looks like it's drying up pretty good. I can see the matte finish is starting to come through. The shiny starting to go away. So yeah, just gonna give it a couple more minutes. We're gonna give it another little coat, and then we'll let it dry. Actually, I should let this dry, and then I want to do the Thomas Thompson. I'm sure he's been waiting the whole stream for me to say this. So yeah, I've seen a lot of guys try to use the blow dryer on the 4050, and while the blow dryer is fine when you're working on shirts and you're using the original colors and stuff to just get a quick bright color, you don't really want to do it on Createx over any kind of non-porous substrate. You want to let it dry out in there on its own, and that's not just for the 4050. You also want to do that for the paint as well. You just kind of want to let it dry on its own. You don't want to trap any of the moisture inside. You want to let it air out and kind of work its own way out. And I can kind of already see this is drying up real good. So yeah, we got to do the Thomas Thompson request. And let's see here. This one, we'll go here. We'll come over here. We'll be like,
Learn the gun, make the mun.
So yeah, this is my mask from now on. This is what I'm wearing for COVID. I'm gonna be walking around like this. I need to get me a ski mask that only leaves my eyes visible.
So get over here. Paint me a shirt.
Actually, that looks really good. I was surprised how good that looks. I really like the metallic on that. Oh yeah, that's real nice. Once I put that liner on the inside, ooh boy, ooh boy. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. Let me just throw a quick little second coat on it. We'll let it dry. And that'll be it for today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. We're getting back into the groove of things. So we'll be back in a few days. We'll have another How to Airbrush live stream. We're going to probably focus on some artwork. Alright. Rinse out my airbrush. Put my line away, unhook myself. I'm gonna let this dry. I need to label this. This is matte. So yeah, thank all you guys for hanging out today. It's the first feed of 2022, first live stream. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I enjoyed making my mask. I enjoyed painting the shirt. I need to go over there and press the shirt real quick. And yeah, that'll be it for me for today. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Again, if you want some stencils, if you need some stencils, make sure you go and you check out themikesbrush.com. We also got these new awesome skull caps available. We got a new airbrush workstation holder. So if you need another holder for your workstation area, this one works really good. I'm really proud of that one. The Skull Squad, the display holder for your airbrushes. That one's just for displaying your airbrushes when you're not using them. But that's also very dope. The splatter effect tool that you see me use today for the red here, that's also available online. Make sure you guys, if you want to support the channel, make sure you go and get yourself something. mikesbrush.com. mikesbrush.com. I'm going to say it again. mikesbrush.com. Thank you guys all for hanging out. Thank you to Createx for providing the paint, some of the paint for today's video. As always, they've been an awesome partner of the channel. If you want some airbrush paint, I can't recommend it enough. You can use it for pretty much anything. You see me here today using it on 3D print. I use their other line on the shirt. Yeah, you can use it, and you see me use it for lots of more stuff. This year, we used it last year for tons of projects, and you're gonna see me use it this year for even more stuff that we've never done before on the channel, and we're gonna be bringing you guys just more cool content. So big shout out to them for providing paint for us to use. Yeah, if you want to learn how to airbrush, make sure you go and check out airbrushArtCircus.com. They have new classes available in Baton Rouge coming up in February, only a month away. Make sure you go and you sign up. Yeah, that's it for me for today. I hope you guys all enjoyed today's video, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Later, everybody.